What's going on, guys? Judo Sloth here. We are back across in Feedaways, part of the UK War Alliance family clans, and we are going to show you the only Town Hall 9 attack you need to know. You can 3-star any Town Hall 9 using this strategy, so without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty guys, let's dive into this first one. You can see that the army composition we are talking about is the Witches. They are incredibly strong at Town Hall 9. You are going to need jump spells in order to get access through the base, and there are a couple of different methods for using this strategy, which we're going to cover today. The first one you can see uses 4 healers. Now that is going to be for your Witches on the outside of the base. Let's dive into this first one, and if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos. Now what you can see is a couple of Witches and healers on either side of the base. Now they are going to flank either side so that we have our main pack and the jump spells coming straight through the middle. Now you don't want to spend forever in terms of setting up this funnel. The Witches on the outside, as soon as they've done that, send in your main pack. That will include heroes, the king and queen, and your clan castle troops. You want to try and incorporate bowlers into that because they are simply the best. If you do not have a Town Hall 10 in your clan, Valkyries work incredibly well as well, but the bowlers get bounce value. You can see that right now on your screen. If we zoom in, they are able to hit across to the next layer of defenses, and that will help you out massively. Now in most situations you are going to want to take the 2 jump spells as we explained, a rage spell and a heal spell, and most likely a poison spell for the clan castle troops as well. You will be using your rage spell early on and the heal spell right in the center of the base as your troops are taking the most damage. Now we are going to explain all of the different methods here. Again, it is the mass witch attack strategy. Many people call this the witch slap, but it is without question the best Town Hall 9 attack. It's just very powerful, but again, we will show you the different methods. Now one important thing before we move on to the next one here is that we came from a flat side right the way through the base. That is what you want to do. You don't want to come from a corner and try and come through the base at an angle. It is a lot more hard to do that. Now guys, if you're interested in seeing another video breaking down the top 3 Town Hall 9 attacks, I will link that at the end of the video. And if you want to see all of my Town Hall 9 videos, there's also playlists on my homepage. Now in terms of the second variation of this, we don't have healers, but we have 2 golems. So again, this works similar, but let's explain the difference as we fly into this. Now again, we're setting up that funnel look. So what we have is a wizard at the top here before the golem comes in. Now the main reason for that is the golem would be taking damage from the archer tower. The wizard was actually free, so it's more nitpicking that. It gives you that little bit extra damage, that little bit extra time for your golem to tank, but we've done exactly the same on the other side. Now the main reason for using the golems over the healers is the position of the air defense. Now actually guys, you can probably take down either base with either strategy if I'm honest, but it's more just being picky with it. If it's going to be tricky in terms of air defense and your healers might go down, then you probably want to use the golems. And it all depends on how many buildings will be on the outside as well. Can the buildings on the inside of the perimeter, so just on the inside of the base, will they be distracted in the center of the base and your healers okay on the outside? Do you even need the healers? If your witches are going to be okay on the outside, you might then want to redirect your golems into the base here when you use the jump spell so that your main pack is tanked for. If most of the defenses will be targeted in the middle, whilst the witches just nicely go around the outside. What can be good is if you know there is giant bombs on the outside of the base, that can be incredibly helpful, because the witches can obviously take a lot of damage, and the giant bombs, the healers, sorry, can help to save the witches from the giant bombs. Now again, all of these attacks are by feederways, part of the UK War Alliance. If you are interested in joining us, my Discord is linked below. My social medias are all linked below as well, guys. Facebook, Instagram, be sure to follow me. But let's have a look at the next one here, where we have again 4 healers, but you will also notice that we have a Valkyrie in the composition. Now we will go ahead and show you exactly what that is for. Essentially, we're coming from this flat side again, but it's mainly for the clan castle troops. Ensure that you can get that lured and taken out. If there's any splash damage, for instance wizards in there, that Valkyrie can just help out. Now at the top of the base, the funnel is going to be a little bit longer to set up on this side, so get your healers in there with the witches before coming across to the other side. The last thing you want is one pack of witches coming right the way down the side whilst the others are still stuck here. You want to try and get that nice smooth swoop from one side of the base all of the way through to the other. Once that funnel is set, again it's just a couple of buildings, you can then get your main pack of witches with the healers straight through the middle. Now we need 2 jump spells on this one. It all depends on the base. The next attack you will see only 1 jump spell, but one is used here to get us access into the middle, and another will be used to get us access to them far defenses. It depends how much damage you are taking when you're in the center of the base. You can let them batter through a wall as long as there's no splash damage within that area. So there comes that secondary jump spell, allows us access to the expos, no Inferno Towers at Town Hall 10. And again, the healers on the outside, let's just have a quick look at that in terms of the healing effect on the witches. If there is giant bombs, wizard towers, anything like that, it can take them down quite a lot, but the healers, you'll be surprised, with the witches not having too much HP, they can pick them right back up. Again, the air defense is one main thing you want to look at. Can your witches get that before your healers even come in range, or is it more into the base? If it's more than just on the perimeter, what I mean by that, if it's more than a tile in, then it might be able to snipe off the healers, and you'd have to ensure that your troops coming through the middle could take that out prior to your healers getting there. Otherwise you're wasting that troop space, and I wouldn't recommend it. Now again, if you are sweeping from one side of the base to the other, it's very rare that you will run out of time with the witches, but you do need to factor that in, guys. That's why we're saying come from one area of the base, not from a corner. Now on the next one here, actually the raid with only 1 jump spell we must have already showed, but essentially let me quickly explain. If we jumped across into this compartment here, it wouldn't be a good idea, because then we'd have a wizard tower just raining down on our troops as we're trying to batter through the wall. So if you need to get through that area, you'd need another jump here to get access to these buildings, otherwise they are going to fry your witches. Let's say there was just trash buildings in this area in terms of gold storages, maybe the other buildings were back here, then you could potentially batter through this wall if your troops were going to be out of range. I hope that makes sense, guys. Again, there was a replay at the start, I believe, with only 1 jump spell. I do apologize, I thought it was the last raid that I was bringing you guys. So again, the wizards come in first before the golem. Again, if the wizards are out of range, just be sure to do that. Look at the golem taking damage. If the wizards were still taking out buildings at the back, that golem would just be taking pure damage and there's nothing else. The funnel didn't take forever. Just a little bit of time, get that funnel on either side here. Now that's basically taking down the buildings for your troops to come in the middle. There's the jump spells, look, allowing us access to this wizard tower keep getting the defenses mixed. But other than that, you can see that actually once that is down, the other wizard tower on the back is not able to access our troops. The witches will be that little bit further back, so we're okay in terms of going through that wall. I hope that makes sense, but again, you have to be able to take down the buildings next to it. So as the witches come through now, you can see the archer towers tanked here. That's why the witches do so well on the outside. The skeletons keep ahead, and then the witches just kind of stand back, shoot across, as you can see, onto them buildings to take it out. And a beautiful, beautiful job on this one as we come through from this side straight across. Now, the final thing that I probably haven't mentioned in this video, you might have seen the Queen's ability. Hold on to your hero's abilities as best as possible if you can. You should be able to, as long as you get your witches down relatively quick. The skeletons should be ahead of your heroes and you don't have to worry about that. So hold on to the ability. Sometimes getting down to the end of the raid, your witches can start to go down and you're really counting on that ability and then final few skeletons to get through to get yourselves the 3-star. Now, I don't think... In fact, we have. I was just about to say, I don't think we've mentioned if you want to join feederways, but we have. All the information is in my Discord server. If you're interested in seeing the best, the top attack strategies at Town Hall 9, I have linked it on your screen right now. Be sure to turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on my next video. But until next time, peace out.